What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Let me say shout out to my man DMV coming through on really a Dallas Cowboys off day and being with us for the first two sets of games and things. And shout out to all you great fans that came through. Some of y'all were there all day long. I think Skynard, Sky something or other, was there from the beginning to the end. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. And I can't believe we have 49,000 plus subscribers. We're closing in on 50,000. Thank you guys so much. I'm pooped. It's been 10.5 hour live stream, and it'll be that way next week too, because we'll be playing Sunday night against the Colts, a big game for us. Shout out to the Eagles. Congratulations. You did what you were supposed to do. You ended up beating Green Bay Packers at home, be it a lot closer than it should have been. This is a case that I hate to say this, but it shows how stupid we can be, especially Kellen Moore. If you watch that game and watching the Green Bay Packers, you may be actually seeing the turning of the page of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, who's had a multitude of injuries. And, you know, when you start getting older, you start getting more and more nagging injuries. He already had the thumb injury. Truly took some shots in the ribs and things. And Jordan Love, for getting in there, you know, maybe it was it wasn't really garbage time because that game was still in doubt. Jordan Love made some nice passes in there, and this could be kind of like what happened with Brett Favre. Was Brett Favre got injured, Aaron Rodgers got out there, and, you know, the rest is history. Or should I say Brett Favre was history of being a Packer. And that's the way sometimes it works out. Somebody gets injured and somebody else comes in and takes over, kind of like Romo did with, well, no, Bledsoe wasn't hurt. Bledsoe just was bad. But the way Dak ended up getting his job from Romo got hurt and he took over, boom, and this never released it. But you watch this game and you see how bad the Green Bay Packers are at stopping the run. They gave up over 350 yards running. The first half, Hurts had over 120 or 130 yards running the football in the first half. And here it was, everybody knew. I knew. I don't sit here and have a whole staff that studies and breaks down film of everything a team does, right? But here it is, I know that the Green Bay Packers suck at stopping the run, right? Right? So what does that tell you? Run the football. They destroyed the Green Bay Packers, controlled the clock by running the damn football, which is what we should have been doing against the Packers, and we would only be one game behind the Eagles right now. Instead, we threw the ball, 46, 47 times against that defense? Now, I'm going to say this. The Eagles' defense don't scare me. The Eagles' defense don't scare me at all. That Eagles defense and whoever's calling the defense, Aaron Rodgers, a wounded Aaron Rodgers, and a Jordan Love did a lot of damage. They scored 33 points on that Eagles defense. I get my Cowboys that can run the ball against that Eagles defense, and as well as pass. That Cowboys offense, we can make mincemeat of that. That ain't no joke. That ain't no bullshit. Today was a crazy day, though. It's crazy that Tyler Heineke as bad as he has been, some of the worst passes you've ever seen in your life, for some reason, they are winning. They're 7-5. Here's what's crazy. God. If the Commanders were in any other division other than the NFC North or the NFC East, they would be winning their division. They got more wins than San Francisco. They got more wins than Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, hell, is 5-6. Tampa Bay is 5-6. And they would be the number 4 seed. The Giants, even though they're 7-4, they got a tough road to hoe because they've got a really tough road to hoe because they got to play the Commanders, then they got to play the Eagles, then they got to play the Commanders again. So we got like a circular firing squad here. But I'm not going to count out the Giants right now either. I think the Giants get 2 more wins. I think that they've got a good shot to be in the playoffs. Because the thing is right now, you look at it, Seattle, who lost. No, did Seattle? I can't remember. Seattle lost. Seattle lost. So right now you're looking and saying that you've got to drop out and get behind Seattle to do that. And Seattle is like 2 games behind you. I'm not sure that that's going to happen. So it is still conceivable that you could have the NFC East all in the playoffs, which would be something I don't think that's ever happened before that you would have, because we've only done the extra wild card team for a few years. But to have conceivably 4 teams from one division go to the playoffs, wow. Everybody would be kicking back to watch the NFC East. And that goes to show you how crazy football is. Watching the Rams play, they look so far from being a Super Bowl team, it's not even funny. When you think about what everybody said, Russell Wilson going to Denver, that Denver was going to be this lights out team, let's ride. And to think that Carson Wentz hasn't played in 6 weeks, but Carson Wentz has more touchdown passes than Russell Wilson. Worse yet, they're on the chain for like another $190 million. He's got people on his team that don't like him. They're screwed. But that's football. It's unpredictable. You can be great one week, like the Packers were against us, and then you can play like ass the next. The Eagles, they kind of got back on track, but if you're an Eagle fan, I think you got to be concerned that every game is still kind of close. It's still, the Packers, we lost to them at their house. I get it. We had our opportunities. We screwed it up. But that Packer team, you should have been blowing them out. You literally should have blown the Packers the hell out. With the amount of yardage that you had, there's no way in the world that should have been a 1-score game. But hey, it's football for you. And here's the sad part. It's only 5 more weeks. 5 more weeks is all we have left of the football season. It has literally gone by that fast. Wow. Well, you know my thing. Tell the people you love them. Because life is short and life is precious. And you don't know when somebody's not going to be here anymore. And I love you guys. Make sure that everybody you love and care about knows. Phew. God willing, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's time to get ready for the Colts.